Today what I'm going to do is some preliminary groundwork for setting up waypoints and points of interest in Litchi so that my Spark drone will fly and film the tractor the way I want it to. You got to remember, I'm doing all this by myself, so I don't have anybody else to run cameras and things. I have to pre-plan. So what I'm basically doing, this is an experiment here. I've got the tractor sitting out here in the field, and I need to know exactly the GPS coordinates of it. Now I can kind of guess on Litchi. It shows you the Google Maps, but they're, a couple years old, so it's not like I can stick something in the ground and it will show up on the satellite view and say, well, here's where it was. So I'm going to do a couple things. I've got a GPS location app on my phone, and I've also got the actual drone, which will transmit its GPS coordinate location. So if I set the drone right here, and so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start the iPad up, and I'm going to bring up Litchi, and then I'm going to turn the drone on. And once it starts looking, then I'm going to I may have to force it. Oh, there it goes. All right, so the drone is bound. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to load a deal into the Litchi so that I'm kind of in the area where I want to be. Let me swap this over. Well, let's go like here. Now, where it's got me right there, you see that little red emblem with the H on it. That is the current location of the drone. Now, I'm hoping that the latitude and longitude down here that we're seeing on the screen is where the drone is currently right now. So what we're going to first do is I'm going to go in here and let's see where I do a new. Anyway, so I've got that in here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this over here a minute, and I've got the screen on the iPad kind of recording. I'm going to also turn on my phone and have it start recording its screen too. So what I've got is I've got the phone giving me longitude and latitude and 3090s, let's see, 855, and we will just see. I want to move the drone and see if the longitude and latitude change on the screen. Now that's only about maybe 16 feet away. It says 625 by 721. So let me see if that changes. And I'm now at 659, 684. So yeah, the longitude and latitude on here is the correct location of the drone, and that's what I need to know because I got it sitting on the tractor. So I'm going to do the same thing for a landing spot. You won't see me on camera, and I'm going to go walk out there and get a landing spot. All right, the drone is sitting down, screen recording over there on the app, and I should have the location of the drone now. So basically what we have going on is I need to go around my different spots on the farm, and I'm going to document the longitude and latitude of each place that I want to set up as a point of interest for the drone to film. Now, there are some modes I can put the drone in where it'll follow me, but that's not really what I want to do. I need to be able to tell the drone to take off, fly a particular route or mission, and along that mission point to certain POIs or point of entrances. So like I said, I documented the location. I've got the tractor sitting right now, so I will know about where this is close enough. I can kind of see on where I'm at, associated with the barn there and associated with the old dead tree over there, so I can kind of X my spot, or if I really wanted to, I could stick something on the ground right here, which I may do. And I don't know if this will stay down there. Let me see if I can find something there. I'll just throw this underneath, but I kind of got an idea where I'm going to be. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and power the drone stuff off. Is what I'm going to do. So
warning, disconnected.
okay, so we've got all of that going on. Let me shut all that down. So, like I said, basically, I've set my point of interest. I've set a proposed takeoff landing spot mainly, because what I need to be able to do is position the tractor where I want to be doing some work, and then tell the drone to take off, fly a mission coming in to where I'm doing the work, to do whatever photographing angles and movements that I want, and then to return back to a spot and land. Now I know that I'm only going to land within a few feet of where I actually tell it, because you know, you've only got a resolution on the GPS of about 3 meters typically, so it's a little over 3 feet that it could be off any one direction. So I just need to get a little bit, you know, get it in the area, and I'm going to set up some stuff where I can have it auto land. Now most people say it would never have it auto land. Well, as you can see, I'm mainly wide open, so I'm not trying to come down into a tight spot as long as I'm, you know, 15, 20 feet away from anything in all directions, I should be able to get down close. Now, one thing that happened last time when I was doing the flight around the pond, I did it a second time and I got the lost connection warning, and the drone was tapping somewhere. Alright, so right here, this is a little recap what happened that day when the battery came loose. Drone's flying along, lower altitude than the first time, and it's just going to start to make a little slight little turn here. Kind of straight now, it's taking these gentle little turns. And then you're just going to see the video go blank, and that is when it just fell out of the sky.
We now return to our regularly scheduled program.
Where I ended up using the app and stuff to plot the last course and last location that it was picked up on the GPS, and I walked down and I found the drone laying in the field, and I'm going to show you something here. What had occurred is the battery had come off. I'm gonna walk over to the main camera. Now, what had happened is the battery had come loose. The DJI drone has two little black slide buttons on each side, and you kind of like pull those back and the battery comes out. And if you, I don't know if you can see this on camera, there's just two little black tabs there that lock it under these. Well, when I had changed the battery the last time, I had snapped it in and I had thought it was in good. Whether it was or not, I don't know. What occurred is the battery had come loose. It slid back just enough to disconnect power to the drone. So the drone literally just disconnected and fell out of the sky. So I found these, which are called DJI drone Spark battery strap, and it's just a little plastic piece that goes around, and you snap it on so that it's sitting on the back side, and it's got the holes in the back so you can see the battery light up. So you can probably see that, hopefully. So anyway, kind of wanted to go over that. The other thing was I needed landing gear, because this thing sits down real low, and I want to be able to auto land, and you know, this isn't a golf course out here, so I've got some landing gear. Now the problem, I got to do a little mod probably with this and with the landing gear, because back here where this straps on, there's not enough room to get both of them clipped on. It's close, but not enough room, so I'm gonna have to mod this strap a little bit and mod that landing gear. And it's just straight down landing gear. It's gonna hold the drone about 3 inches up off the ground. So hopefully that'll all work out just fine for me. So to kind of recap, I'm doing preliminary setup on a point of interest out here where the tractor is. So I'm kind of close. I got the GPS coordinates of it. I got the GPS coordinates of where I propose to set up an area to auto land. When I get ready to try this, I'm going to program in the deal, and we'll kind of go over what I'm going to do on the flight plan. And I'm going to fly this thing and bring it back and have it land by itself. So that's probably going to be, I don't know, depends on the weather and everything else that's going on, you know, maybe a few days, maybe a week or something, the way things are going. So anyway, going back to the whole thing is, the reason I bought the drone is not to go out and take pretty pictures of things moving around and go all these different places and take these photos. I didn't buy it for that. I bought it so that it could act as a airborne camera system that I could program in what I wanted it to film and things. Now, I opted for the DJI. Cost a little bit more money to do that, but I knew things were available for it. I knew, you know, more accessories were available for it. I also knew that there was more apps available for it and things. I cannot do what I want to do with the drone without an app like Litchi. It's just not going to happen. You know, I can't operate the tractor and fly the drone. I can't do that. So I've got to be able to tell the drone to fly itself. And so we're going to walk through this. This is part one. Part two be when I set up and actually do the deal with it. I'm going to go ahead and start turning some of my cameras off here. And so, you know, we've got some pre-planning, and this is the whole thing here. I guess it's something I like to do it. I like to pre-plan kind of roughly, at least a concept of what I want to film before I ever film it. Now, I don't just want to go out and throw a camera up and go, oh, do some shit in front of it. I don't want to do that. I want to kind of come up with an idea, and I, you know, yeah, it's never exact, but you know, at least I got a concept. So that's the whole thing. Be putting all this stuff up and doing the cameras and things. Oh, and another, again, for you guys and gals that are following me, you know about my heart and all the stuff I went through with that. So, last Friday, they did an EP test on me to determine if this anomaly going on, because I've got my heartbeat is irregular. And there was some evidence of possibly some funny stuff that might be life-threatening down the road going on. And so they did this test to see if I needed a device, which in my case would have probably been a defibrillator implanted in me. Well, good news. Those little anomalies that they were concerned about were apparently noise being picked up from the other, when they were doing the other monitoring, and weren't really there. So I don't need a defibrillator. I don't need a device implanted in me. And that is great news. So, you know, all I can say, you know, is I now take everything one day at a time. I just don't get bent out of shape or worried about anything. Well, I never really got worried about anything before, but I really don't get worried about anything now. Anyway, so that's basically it. We'll catch you on the next video when I actually try to set this up. And I'm going to kind of go over, in this video, I'll do a screen recording of me laying out the mission based on the GPS coordinates that we got during this filming right here.